Welcome to Alumni Hall, ladies and gentlemen. We'll go to Dave Woody for the conclusion of the Western Mustangs starting lineup. And those are your starting lineups for the Western Mustangs and the Laurier Golden Hawks. It's Shoot for the Cure Day here at Alumni Hall this afternoon, the annual game to raise money for breast cancer. It's always a good game anytime the Laurier Golden Hawks come to town.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to welcome to the center court
and I am
tip-off in honor of today's Shoot for the Cure game.
We are about to
Susan Oster, Penny Wallace, and the rest of the robust Dragon Boat team. They will be tossing the ball.
And we have a good crowd in attendance here. And we will have a quick break to honor some ladies for Shoot for the Cure Day. I just want to say your first name and I'll get your last name right. I forgot your last name for a second.
I'm going to hand it for Susan Oster and Penny Wallace and the rest of the robust Dragon Boat team.
So Susan Oster was there to tip it up from the Dragon Boat team in London for the Shoot for the Cure Day, joined by Katrina Squaws. And Katrina, we have a big game ahead of us. The Western Mustangs coming off a 6-game winning streak, and the Laurier Golden Hawks trying to get back in the win column.
Western looking to build off that momentum from the 6-game winning streak, going for a 7th straight win. And these two divisional rivals, they're both in the West Division. Western leading that division at the top, and Laurier not far behind in 3rd.
And a 3 is on its way from Mackenzie Puklich. Puklich was absent in the last game against Waterloo on Wednesday night, down the 401, but the Mustangs came away in that one with a win. And Puklich, they're glad to have her back. That's a 3-0 Western start this one. Here's Maddie Horst. She had a big game against Waterloo. She went up for a career-high 28. Horst corrals the offense at the top, waits for the Mustangs to get set up. There's Walensky in the corner. Walensky back over to Puklich. Horst, the cutting Horst. Shot clock running down. Walensky winds up for 3. It's off. And the Mustangs it'll be back in the Golden Hawks' hands. As Nicole Morrison, she's one of the best players in the Golden Hawks. She'll drive in. Cuts out up from Heather Payne, and Heather Payne knocks that one down. The Laurier Golden Hawks, a pretty well-balanced team, scoring-wise.
Yes, they're led by Nicole Morrison. She averages about 15.8 points per game, also getting the paint with 5.5 rebounds each game.
And Morrison had 22 points in their loss to the Windsor Lancers on Wednesday night. They just about gave the CIS, 5-time defending CIS champs, a run for their money. They lost that game 72-69. And the Western Mustangs, they come into this one winning against Waterloo, led by that lady right there, Maddie Horst. She had 28 points, as I mentioned. Puklich was not in the lineup for that game. Caroline Walensky, she also had 21 points. And that was a close game really until the 4th quarter.
Yep, very close game, but Western is able to pull off the win and continue their 6-game winning streak, looking for a 7th this afternoon.
Down by 1 heading into the 4th in that game. The Mustangs won the 4th quarter by 11 points to take it. As the Mustangs will get the ball back here to start the 1st quarter. 3-2 is the score. And it's a rivalry anytime Western and Laurier match up against each other. I mean, Laurier we have the same colors. They wear purple. Who else wears purple?
As we mentioned earlier, they are also divisional rivals. Not too many points separating them in the West right now. Western at the top of that division with 18 points, just 2 points ahead of Windsor, and Laurier not far behind with 12 points. So they're chasing that top spot as well. They're definitely not out of it.
Victoria Hines' three-pointer was short there, and the Golden Hawks will get a chance to take an early lead in this game. Here is Shank driving, goes up with the left-handed layup. A little too much there. And Puklic just looks to push things ahead here for the Mustangs. There's Curran. Julia Curran, she's been a great asset to the Mustangs this year. She had a double-double with 10 points and 14 rebounds earlier this week. And they're always looking for contributions from her on the scoreboard. Here's the Golden Hawks, shot clock winding down. It's Shank. In the corner over to Jamison. Jamison three-pointer is no good. The ball is back by Puklic. Puklic to Horst. Horst driving, right hand cutting in, going up by 2 defenders, and there's the rebound by Hine. A little bit too much on that one, and the Golden Hawks running the races there. Three-pointer is up, and getting her own rebound is Bruce, Courtney Bruce. And finally the Golden Hawks, that one rolls around the rim and does not drop as Walensky gets the ball back for the Mustangs. Walensky stops, Horst drives, looks like she's going in, shot clock winding down. Horst to a cutting Puklic, and Puklic will draw the foul. She'll go to the line for 2. Mackenzie Puklic, she's had a pretty good year from the foul line and from anywhere on the court for that matter.
She has, and they are definitely glad to have her back this game. She's been leading Western this year with 18.3 points per game, which is 3rd overall in the OUA. So she has been a big asset to this team this year and one of their leaders.
And Puklic is good on the first one. The London native making a good bid for a spot on the OUA first team all-star team this year. Both, by the way, she's playing and the way her team's playing. 9-3 on the season, first in the OUA West, and not too far behind the likes of the Ottawa GGs, the Queens Gales, and the Carleton Ravens.
A 9-3 record right now, not ranked in the national top 10, but they are definitely turning heads in this league right now.
Well, it's been a nice 6-game win streak. Waterloo, they had a 10-point win, as we mentioned there. They were at Mac with a narrow 68-63 win, and before that was a 66-62 win. The games before that against Algoma and Guelph and Ottawa are a little bit further margins, but Western really showing a lot of poise in the late games. They can really play well and win games in the last quarter. As Maddie Horst continues her hot streak here and knocks down that three-pointer. Mustangs up 6. Here are the Hawks. That layup is missed by Bruce, and a turnover committed on Caroline Walensky. Nicole Morrison able to squeeze her way to the basket and draw a foul. She'll go up for 2 here.
Mustang foul number 21, Alex Ramsey.
Nicole Morrison,
Her first.
she's 82% from the charity stripe this season. Looking to inflate those numbers a little bit. She also scores 15.8 points per game. A very talented player for the Golden Hawks.
She's in her 3rd year of eligibility right now from Hamilton, Ontario.
So here's Horst, a little bit of pressure applied by the Golden Hawks. Horst has some room to breathe, pulls up for a jumper. Not good there. Good recognition by Horst, though. She sees the 3 players back in the zone. She has all the space in the world. That's a good shot for her. Here's the Hawks. The ball passed around. It's in Bruce's hands right now. Bruce finds Morrison. Morrison pulls up for the jumper. It's off. Mustangs looking to build on this lead. Horst down the left side. Finds McLeod, and it's Puklic driving in the middle, and she will get that one to go. Puklic about to have the opportunity to go for a 3-point play.
It's a chance for Western to continue to try and pull ahead in this first quarter.
Checks in for Caroline Walensky. Matt goes to the line.
Up by 8 right now, but a chance to extend this lead.
A great play of passing there, started by the recognition of Maddie Horace on the left side as Mackenzie Puklich is good for the three-point play. Mustangs up 13-5. Walensky saw Meredith McLeod on the right side, and then Walensky, and then Puklich cut to the basket to set that up. And a little bit of miscommunication there by the Mustangs as Laura Graham intended that pass for Meredith McLeod. McLeod was a little bit ahead of the play. Golden Hawks get the ball back. Here's Morrison. Jamieson at the top of the key. A three-pointer on its way from Sarah Dillon. That was no good. Sarah Dillon, she's been a nice player off the bench this year for the Laurier Golden Hawks. On the season, she averages 9.3 points. She's good for energy off the bench. She can come in. She knows how to score baskets. And she's a great talent.
Dillon is a kinesiology major. She's in her 3rd year of eligibility from Welland, Ontario. At some height, she's 5'10".
Here's Morrison, shot clock winding down. Mustangs applying some good defensive pressure. A three-pointer on its way that won't go near. Shot clock fell as it didn't hit the rim. Didn't matter though, the Mustangs get the ball back. Here's McLeod, she'll send one up for 3. It's off. Good rebounds attempt by Maddie Horst. Gotta love the aggression by her, but the Laurier Golden Hawks, they'll have the ball back here on offense. A charge committed by Irene Rikowicz. Rikowicz a little bit out of control there, and a good heads-up play by the Mustangs to draw that foul.
The Mustangs have had a strong first quarter so far. They have to be happy with their strong and fast start.
And here's Maddie Horst. She loves going on that left side. Back to McLeod. Here's Walensky at the top. Walensky has some room to work. She will opt that shot to McLeod as that one is off. Mustangs, though, they're doing a great job boxing out so far in this first quarter, and they're getting offensive rebounds. They were unsuccessful there, but they almost had it.
They're being very aggressive in the paint, like you said, getting those rebounds, and a very strong start for Western, not just offensively putting points on the board, but also defensively and playing aggressive.
And Laurier will set up here as Heather Payne sends it over to Nicole Morrison. Morrison slashing and dashing her way to the basket there. No Mustang really contesting that shot, and she'll get an easy 2 points. And the Golden Hawks cut this lead to 6. Here's Maddie Horst down the left side. Looking, she sees McLeod. Walensky at the top of the three-point line. Walensky down into Curran. McLeod has some room to breathe on the right side. Into Curran in the key, and Julia Curran. That was textbook there by the Mustangs. Wide open right underneath the basket.
A great heads-up play by Western there to find Curran right in the paint.
And Jamieson on the right side. Good bit of rebounding there by the Golden Hawks. Unsuccessful on that second attempt. Maddie Horst looking to really push it today. She has Curran on the right side, and Caroline Walensky, she'll have the ball up top. Caroline Walensky, she had one of her biggest games of the season the last time these teams faced off back in November. Don't be surprised for her to have another big game today.
Walensky, one of the leaders and veterans on this team. She's in her 5th year of eligibility. She's averaging about 14.3 points per game.
And how about that? The Western Mustangs draw another foul. That's 2 in a row, and you got to see the momentum is building here right now at Alumni Hall.
They are playing well on both sides of the court right now, and drawing fouls is going to be a big part of their game if they want to move forward and continue to build on this lead, and that's exactly what they're doing right now.
And Katrina, as you were saying about Caroline Walensky, yeah, she's such an important, integral part of this team in her final year of eligibility with the Mustangs.
She's been a leader on this team. She leads by example on the court. She's consistently in double digits every game, averaging 14.3 points per game this year in the OUA.
Well, she had 32 points, 7 steals, 4 assists, and 5 rebounds the last time these two teams met on November 7th in Laurier. If that's not a stat line, I don't know what is. So I don't know what it is, but Caroline Walensky, she has her way with the Golden Hawks in past seasons, as she just dropped a three-pointer there. They're going to be keying in on her on defense for the as the Golden Hawks are today.
Something about this team particularly that she just seems to play extremely well against them. She has their number.
And a good rebound there by Meredith McLeod, pushing up the right side of the court. It's Caroline Walensky, drives into the key. She will op the ball down to Mackenzie Puklich. The Mustangs' leading scorer makes that look so easy there, as she has her quick first step and has that separation from her defender, and she is just gone there.
She has a way of finding space and driving those lanes and knowing what opportunities are the right ones to take.
Here's Morrison. Morrison having a bit of a tough time near the basket this afternoon rather. It's a matinee game. You don't get many of those, but it's because it's shoot for the cure today, ladies and gentlemen. Here's Puklich. Sees McLeod. McLeod driving in on the left side, and a block by Heather Payne to get this ball back in the Golden Hawks' hands. Just what they need to get a bit of momentum, as the Mustangs have a 13-point lead right now. And what do you know? It is Courtney Bruce knocking down the J. We got an 11-point game here at Alumni Hall. 21 seconds to go in the first. Here's McLeod. Curran. Left elbow. Looking for Walensky. And looking a little bit too hard there. Mustangs can't be forcing their passes on offense.
Absolutely not. They have a 10-point lead right now, heading into the end of this first quarter, and they want to continue. They want to continue their strong play, not making mistakes like that.
Shot clock winding down, 5 seconds to go. It's Morrison. Morrison dribbling around the top, fires up a three-pointer. It's good. Nicole Morrison knocked down that three-pointer, and it's a big one. As the Golden Hawks, they end the first quarter on a bit of a high note. 8-point differential. So it's 2012 at Alumni Hall. We'll be back for the start of the second quarter. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome to Golden Hawk Way. Is this the new Toyota Highlander? Yep. Must feel like your own little world in here. Does this world of yours have a name?
When you do, like, if you have something you're reading, just try to make sure you keep an eye on the game too. Because like when something happens there, like a big offensive foul, we gotta be able to call that.
Sorry about that.
It's all right. It's just like,
And you're like,
There's
how
a V6 engine, right?
like
Yes,
a lot of
sir.
those, like
Powerful?
the bigger things.
Definitely. Do you think I'm powerful? Possibly.
The
Like
all-new Toyota
try to get more of those in, like
One
in
look,
whistles
and you'll want to know
and
more.
stuff. But no, it's good. It was good. I paused. You filled in. It was good chemistry.
right.
Just gotta follow the game. Welcome back to Alumni Hall, ladies and gentlemen. It's a 2012 lead right now for the Western Mustangs against the Laurier Golden Hawks, joined by Katrina Squazin. It's been a Western Mustangs good start in the first quarter, but the Laurier Golden Hawks really turned it on there towards the end.
They did. They were able to pick up some momentum there at the end with the big three-pointer. But the standout of this game so far has been Mackenzie Puklich with with 10 points for the Mustangs, picking up half of their points in the first quarter. Perfect 3 for 3 for field goals.
And there she goes, trying to keep that perfection, but she's not able to attain it. Misses the shot, but she grabs her own rebound. Here's Walensky setting things back up at the top. Shot clock winding down. Walensky, she's got to find somebody. It's Puklich on the right side, driving. Curran, blocked by Morrison. And recovered by Curran. She's got a wide open Puklich. Puklich drives. Walensky back at the top of the three-point line. She'll fire that one up from downtown. It's off, and the ball is scrambled. Nobody able to claim the ball until Morrison comes away with it, and now it's Caroline Walensky, one of the Ontario's leading steal getters. Puklich in transition, she'll make it. Finally, after a bit of a messy 30 seconds, the Mustangs end up getting an easy 2 points on the offensive end.
What a big steal for Walensky there. At the end of that first quarter, looked like they were starting to get a little bit frazzled. Laurier's starting to come on strong, but they've been able to slow things down at the beginning of the second quarter.
Morrison thinks she has an advantage against Horse in the post. She proves that she does on that possession. 2 points there, a nice post up by her. Pressure applied by the Golden Hawks. Horse driving, goes through two defenders. She's got an open player there, and Victoria Hine knocks that one down. Horse was looking for both players. She had a bit of a 3-on-2, and she made the right decision there. Mustangs really rolling in transition right now. 24-14 is the lead.
Western has been good on their rebound side. Not only that, but they've been particularly good around the net, looking for those short, quick passes down in the paint.
And that shot is off, and the Puklich will have the ball back here. Mustangs really putting some pressure on. No good there on offense. Morrison. Golden Hawks can't get a basket on offense, and the Mustangs, they're not wasting any time. Lead pass to Puklich, a little bit out of the way, but look who's there, it's Maddie Horst. You got your three best players for the Western Mustangs all involved in that play. A good skip pass from Caroline Walensky to Mackenzie Puklich, recognizes the ball a little bit too far ahead, and look who's there, Maddie Horst, following her shot, picks up the easy rebound.
Western is firing on all cylinders right now, and Laurier calling a time out here to try and slow down the game a little bit. Western went on quite the run there, and Laurier needs to find a way to get themselves back to this game.
Well, the Western Mustangs they'll be looking for a lot more of Maddie Horst, Caroline Walensky, Mackenzie Puklich today. Those three really score a good portion of the Western Mustangs baskets. Puklich has 18 points on the season a game. Walensky has 14. Maddie Horst has 11. If you compare that to Laurier, it's a lot more of a spread out attack. Yes, Nicole Morrison has about 15 points, but across the board, it's a little bit more of a level-headed attack.
Walensky had 10 points in the first quarter. Walensky had 10 points in the first quarter for Western, 10 of their 20 points, so half of the points. And yeah, Western will definitely be looking to maybe try and get a more balanced effort in this quarter.
Laurier looking to get things going here. And Shank will get that one to go. 26-16. It's Puklich. Laurier, tenacious defense. Puklich wants to go, looking for a cut from her Western players. She sees Julia Curran. Curran grabs her own rebound, falling to the ground, and the Mustangs will get the ball here on the end.
Laurier foul number 15, Heather Payne.
Maddie Horst will
Teams first.
set up the inbound play. Julia Curran. Pushing and shoving there. Mackenzie Puklich ends up with the ball in her hands. The layup attempt just a little bit short. Golden Hawks will get the ball back. Here's Shank. Turnover committed. Western looking to go here. It's Graham. Maddie Horst. Maddie Horst, that ball just rolls off the rim for her. Horst, a great percentage from the field so far this season because she takes smart shots like that. Here's Puklich. Horst. Maddie Horst, the Bodden, Ontario native. Puklich has a bit of space and a lot of space for Laura Graham. Great shot attempt by her. Wide open three in the corner. Might as well take that.
Great shot and great look to further extend this lead for Western. This game has been all them so far.
A lot of rebounds there by the Golden Hawks. Just having a bit of a tough time getting the ball to go in the net around the basket. Really doing a good job. Both teams on offensive rebounding so far in this game. Boxing out, good awareness of where the ball is going to go off the rim. Just fundamental basketball being executed by both teams early on in this game, aside from some messy stuff. And we will go to a quick commercial. Don't go anywhere, only on Mustangs TV.
Mustangs supporting Mustangs. And if your photo is chosen as best picture, you will be contacted on Monday.
Welcome back to Alumni Hall. Western Mustangs up 13 points, 29-16 against the Laurier Golden Hawks on a Saturday afternoon here. The last January game of the season for the Mustangs, and they are riding a 6-game win streak, and they're playing some good basketball here today again at Alumni Hall.
They are. Western currently sitting at the top of the West Division standings, 2 points ahead of Windsor, which Windsor's been a powerhouse in the OUA the past few years. So first time in a while that Western really has a spot, an opportunity to claim first place in the West.
Yeah, they have a tight lead against the Windsor Lancers. They're 1 game ahead of them for that lead in the OUA West. And Laurier just about did Western a favor earlier this week. They dropped the game to Windsor, but it was a 3-point game. If they had won that game, that would have helped Western, and they would have had a bit of two games in hand against the Lancers. But nevertheless, we're here at Alumni Hall, and here is Maddie Horst. She'll have the ball, driving on the left side, goes up for the layup, just a little bit off there, and the ball back in the hands of Mackenzie Puklich. Puklich, she's got some room for three-pointer. She'll fire that one. It's off. Rebounded by Caroline Walensky. Walensky, she's good around the basket. She gets that one to go. 31-16 Mustangs.
A great play by Curran there to keep the ball in play.
Shank trying to slice through a steady Mackenzie Puklich and Julia Curran. And both players tried to keep their feet still there, but Shank able to draw the foul in spite of that. And it's a pretty special afternoon today at Alumni Hall. Shoot for the Cure. Lots of money being raised for breast cancer. Great cause to support.
Yes, it's as you mentioned, it is a yearly fundraiser for the Canadian Breast Cancer Foundation. Last year, they raised over $125,000 for that cause, and they're here to do it again this year.
There's now over 45 schools that participate in this annual event. As Victoria Hine gets that one to go. Mustangs now have a lead of up to 15. It's a great way to help raise money for breast cancer. And you can see the Western Mustangs, they're sporting their pink jerseys for this game. Hine went down hard there, and she'll take a seat on the bench. Try to give her body a bit of a break. And she will get some medical attention. Victoria Hine has her head down, doesn't look super comfortable. But Mustangs, a great part of their team this year has been a bit of their depth. And we will see what Alex Van Heeswick can do in her absence. Alex Van Heeswick hasn't got a lot of minutes this year for the Mustangs, but she's shown over this and last year that she's a competent basketball player who can play and has shown moments of brilliance, other moments of not so brilliance, but she's still pretty raw.
One of the great things about this Western team is the depth that they have coming off the bench.
That's right, as the Mustangs unable to get a shot off there in that possession. Laurier will get the ball back here with just under 3:15 to go in this second quarter. Here's Morrison. Morrison passes the ball to Jamieson. The ball ends up in the hands of Milanis. And Shank, she'll drive like she always seems to find a way to do. So fast. Once she puts that ball down, the Mustangs have really got to do a better job zoning in on her. If they're going to give her that much space to work with, she's going to find a way to get to the basket.
Shank has been an integral part of this Laurier team this year. Averages about 12.1 points per game, right behind Nicole Morrison.
Julia Curran gets called for a travel there. Curran close to the basket, but just a little bit lost some control and thought she could step up with the ball in her hands. Unfortunate for the Mustangs.
Mustang foul number 4, Maddie Horst, her first personal, second team foul.
Ball in play for Morrison. Morrison for three, off. Ball corralled by Curran. Here's Maddie Horst. Puklich fires up a jump shot from the right corner on the baseline. Knocks that one down. Puklich, she hasn't lost a beat since being away from the Mustangs team.
She hasn't. She's been a big part of this offense this year, and they're definitely glad to have her back during this game.
Shot off by the Golden Hawks. Maddie Horst with a full head of steam. Horst goes right. Pull up from Samardzija. Samardzija no good there. And it's Golden Hawks. They're going to run with this pace as well. Before Morrison slows things down. Wide open for three. It's off. Courtney Bruce trying to get the three-point shot working today. And this time another three-pointer up and on its way, but Sarah Dillon unable to get that one to go. Maddie Horst, she's everywhere on the court, but just having a little bit of trouble around the rim. She hits the floor in frustration, and it's the ball back in Morrison's hand on offense for the Golden Hawks. Morrison calls it a play, looking for a screen, doesn't get it, but she's got some room and goes right to the basket. That's too easy.
And that's one of the great things that Morrison has been good at this year, finding those lanes, driving, and going in for those layups.
Caroline Walensky to Maddie Horst. Mustangs not much movement on offense right now, looking to get it into the post play. The ball finds it into Sasha Samardzija. Samardzija got it in, and the Mustangs up by 16 now.
The Mustangs have to be happy with this first half that they've had, continuing to build on their lead that they established during that first quarter. They've been great in the paint, rebounds, strong shooting as well. So Western off to a very strong start in this game.
Yeah, they've been particularly good passing the ball, and we will get to see some more of them in a few moments. Don't go anywhere.
It's game day. Today, tomorrow, every day. And Game Face is our only face. We're not normal. Normal doesn't run everywhere or take a stopwatch to everything. Normal.
Western up 37-21 in this matinee game this afternoon against Laurier Golden Hawks. Timeout was just called by the Golden Hawks trying to get back in this game. And it's really been the Western Mustangs' balanced attack on offense, paving them away to a comfortable 16-point lead here. A shot is up by the Golden Hawks. Amanda Milanis has the ball, and she's looking for some space. Three-pointer is good there from Sarah Dillon. Dillon finally gets a three-pointer to go this game. Laurier still trying to apply some defensive pressure in the full court. Not really working for them this game.
And Laurier calling that timeout specifically for that reason, to try and build up a little bit of momentum going into the second half. And that three-pointer will definitely be big for them.
5 seconds to go here in this second quarter. 3, 2, 1, and Golden Hawks. I don't know if they were unaware of how much time is left in the game, but that'll do it for the first half. 37-24 is the score. Western Mustangs looking for their 7th win in a row and to go 10-3. We will be back for the start of the second half. Go grab something to eat and make sure to stay with us on Mustangs TV.
It's game day. Today, tomorrow, every day. And Game Face is our only face. We're not normal. Normal doesn't run everywhere or take a stopwatch to everything. Normal doesn't dedicate itself to never letting its customers down. Not a single one. Never. Ever. Ever. Normal doesn't live to beat the rush. Obsessed about out-the-door times? That's not normal. Counting pepperoni in your sleep? Not normal. Normal is average. Normal is ordinary. Normal is what people expect. Normal doesn't have pizza sauce flowing through its veins. The other guy is normal. That's why no one delivers like we do.
Law has just always been a passion of mine. It's something I've known I've wanted to do since I was a little kid. There was never anything that was going to stop me from coming to law school and from becoming a lawyer. My dad was always my #1 support. Like all good parents, he wanted the things for his kids that he could never have. Being a student that has always demonstrated financial need, it's been difficult to feel like there's been somebody to help you, and for the first time when I received this money, it felt like somebody had given me a break. I don't know if there are words that could convey how grateful and how impactful their donation was and what it's done for me. It affects me every day in everything I do, in my school, in my personal life. Knowing that we would have this money changed both of our lives. Thank you for supporting Student Dreams.
What do I like best about Brescia? I love the light.
The values here are my values: compassion, creativity, empowerment.
I love it that we're all from different places, different backgrounds, and we're all women.
The campus is gorgeous, and there's something going on 24/7.
That's easy. Dr. Garcia. I wouldn't be headed to grad school if she hadn't inspired me to follow my dream from day one.
Brescia's got a deep-rooted history going back nearly 100 years, and yet what I'm studying is right on the edge.
For me, it's always been about my Brescia family.
I came to Brescia to discover my strengths.
The new residence is where my friends and I hang out and recharge.
In 2 minutes, I can cross the street and go from this intimate campus where I know everybody to one of the busiest universities in Canada.
I love living at Brescia and working out at Western.
These students, their passion for learning, their curiosity about the world, I learn from them every day.
I sleep well, I eat well, and I've never wanted to work so hard.
Studying at Brescia has given me the space to find myself and my voice.
What'll be your favorite thing about Brescia? Come and find out.
Welcome to Golden Hawk Lake. Is this the new Toyota Highlander? Yep. Must feel like your own little world in here. I guess. Does this world of yours have a name? No. Ever look at the stars through your moonroof? I have. Ever wish upon them? No. Backup camera, like having eyes in the back of your head? A little. 1 or 2 eyes? It has a V6 engine, right? Yes, sir. Is it powerful? Definitely. Do you think I'm powerful? Possibly.
The all-new Toyota Highlander. One look, and you'll want to know more.
After the final ball has flown, and the final catch made, and the last screaming fan has left the stadium, the ball is passed from one team member to the next so the players can sign their names. But of all the names, there is one on that ball that is perhaps the most important. That name is Wilson. Good luck this season.
Time. It lets us plan to dream, plan to learn, plan to succeed, plan to invest, plan to enjoy, plan to help, plan to leave to others. The Plan by Investors Group, helping you provide for the people you care about, now and over time.
The road trip. It's freedom. It's exploration. It's about new experiences. And this road trip has been brought to you by Pioneer Bonus Bucks.
Welcome to Golden Hawk Lake. Is this the new Toyota Highlander? Yep. Must feel like your own little world in here. I guess. Does this world of yours have a name? No. Ever look at the stars through your moonroof? I have. Ever wish upon them? No. Is the backup camera like having eyes in the back of your head? A little. One or two eyes? It has a V6 engine, right? Yes, sir. Is it powerful? Definitely. Do you think I'm powerful? Possibly.
The all-new Toyota Highlander. One look, and you'll want to know more.
Every day, you go new places. A small change in how you do things, or moving your things to a whole new town, or many things to many towns, all at once. No matter how small the move, it can be a big leap from where you are now. You've got it in you to go new places. So do we. We go there every day. We're here to help you move to places on the map, in the mind, in the heart, or all three.
Go new places with AMJ Campbell. Contact us at 888-AMJ-MOVE or amjcampbell.com.
Welcome to Golden Hawk Lake. Is this the new Toyota Highlander? Yep. Must feel like your own little world in here. I guess. Does this world of yours have a name? No. Ever look at the stars through your moonroof? I have. Ever wish upon them? No. Is the backup camera like having eyes in the back of your head? A little. One or two eyes? It has a V6 engine, right? Yes, sir. Is it powerful? Definitely. Do you think I'm powerful? Possibly.
The all-new Toyota Highlander. One look, and you'll want to know more.
Welcome back to Alumni Hall, ladies and gentlemen. It's a 37-24 lead right now for the Western Mustangs heading into this second half against the Laurier Golden Hawks. I'm joined by Katrina Squazin. My name is David Mann. And Katrina, the Western Mustangs, they are on the verge of 10 wins to get in that double-digit plateau. It's a big deal. They can go on a 7-game win streak, and they are fighting against the Windsor Lancers right now to have sole possession of that top spot in the OUA West Division.
First time in a few years that Western has a chance at that top spot in the West. One of the strongest points of their games right now is their rebounds. They are out rebounding Laurier right now, 25-19. They're very strong in the paint. They're being very aggressive, and that is a big part of why they're leading heading into this second half.
Mackenzie Puklich has led the way for the Western Mustangs in the first half with 14 points on 5 of 9 shooting, and it's been Nicole Morrison. She's had the ball a lot for the Laurier Golden Hawks in the first half. She's got 10 points, and they've really been trying to get their offense to run through her. You see her at the top of the key often playing the point guard position, but then they try to get the ball to her closer to the basket. She's had a little bit of trouble getting it to go, but but she has capitalized on a lot of opportunities, and it's really, the rest of her team builds off of Morrison. Dynamic player for the Golden Hawks. So the Western Mustangs will see if they can play another good 2 quarters of basketball here and hold off these Laurier Golden Hawks. You never know what could happen with the Laurier Golden Hawks in the past. Last season, the Laurier Golden Hawks had Western's number. The last time they played each other, we mentioned it earlier in November, and before that, and last season in February, Laurier won 73-54, and the Golden Hawks, this rivalry dates back to 5 years ago. These two teams have generally been 2 of the stronger teams in the OUA in women's basketball. There was that devastating loss to the West here at Alumni Hall in the OUA women's semifinals in 2014. Laurier Golden Hawks went on to go to the OUA final that year. And the Western Mustangs, they are playing some good basketball, and last season they lost to the Lakehead Thunderwolves in the first round, but the way they're playing, you've got to expect them to make a good run in the playoffs this season. It's exciting times for Western Mustangs fans. And there's Julia Curran to get things going for the Mustangs in the second half. Curran, she's got 6 points on the game. Mustangs up by 15. Here's the Golden Hawks. It's Bruce. That 3-pointer is no good for Jamieson. Walensky spinning in the open floor. Misses the shot, goes for her own rebound. Rebounds it well. Walensky finds Horst. Horst trying to keep that ball on the side of the half, just out of reach, and it will be a half-court violation call against the Mustangs, and the Golden Hawks will get a chance to get their first 2 points or 3 points of the second half.
A good effort by Horst there to try and keep that play going. Good defensive effort.
And there's Mackenzie Puklich in transition. Western Mustangs, they've played well in the half-court game, and you got to give Laurier Golden Hawks credit. They've played well in the half-court game as well, but one of the big differences in this game so far has been the Western Mustangs' ability to capitalize off of turnovers and finish in transition, as that will send Heather Payne to the free throw line. Foul committed on Mackenzie Puklich. Heather Payne on the season, she's a 66% free throw shooter. She averages 4.3 points per game on the season. And she will make both of those baskets count. And this lead is now cut down in 15. Golden Hawks not shying away from their full court pressure in this half either. Maddie Horst, a wide open three-pointer from her. It's off. Good rebound by Julia Curran, and a sweet finish there. Excellent recognition by Curran. She sees the defenders away from her. She pivots, uses her pivot foot, and a great hook shot there, right in her range.
Curran has also been great in the paint this game. One of 5 Western players with five rebounds during that second half.
Heather
3
Payne,
players.
following her 2 free throw shots, she knocks down a three-pointer. Caroline Walensky, captain of the Stangs. Here's Maddie Horst. Walensky dribbling. Horst baseline. Horst driving baseline. A pass intended for Victoria Hine gets away, and it's in the hands of Shank. Shank had a bit of an open lane, but can never count out Caroline Walensky. A great defensive player. Gets back in transition there and is able to block the ball. Golden Hawks will retain possession, but Caroline Walensky, she just stopped an easy layup.
Not only is she great offensively, one of the leaders on this team in points, but also hustles back for defensive efforts like that, and is a leader on this court.
So Shank's a pretty good player for the Laurier Golden Hawks. She's also an excellent free throw shooter. Just shy of 80% on the season. 12 points per game. And she makes both of those ones count.
She had 5 points in the first half, up to 7 now, so she is right on pace with her average points per game right now.
Maddie Horst. Nice crossover there against the Laurier Golden Sock. Nicole Morrison. She's a great point guard. She knows how to score. She knows the game well. And she's got an advantage in the post against Maddie Horst, but you got to think that Maddie Horst has a bit of a quickness advantage. She proved it there with a deadly crossover to get into the paint and get that easy layup.
Nicole Morrison, one of the leaders on this team for Laurier, 10 points in that first half, leading the Golden Hawks. She was 4 for 8 from the field as well, so she's a good shooter for them as well.
There's Maddie Horst again. Walensky, Puklich on the right baseline. Puklich dribbles, puts the ball down, and Laura Graham, she tried to get it there, made a pass without looking. Ends in the hands of Shank. Shank driving. It's Morrison. Morrison goes for a bit of a granny layup there, but she's able to draw the foul and she'll go to the line.
A great fast breakout there by Laurier. Caught Western off guard a little bit with that speed, and now they're at the free throw line.
Well, they had a bit of an advantage as Laura Graham and Mackenzie Puklich caught in that far right corner with the ball. And the Golden Hawks already strides ahead of the Mustangs on that fast break opportunity.
Good heads-up play by Laurier for sure.
Laurier hitting their stride from the free throw line this half. Maddie Horst, a three-pointer on the way. It's off. Rebounded by Shank, and these Golden Hawks, they think they can keep up with the Stangs on the offensive prowl. They're going to try and get it done in transition. Three-pointer up and good by the Sarah Dillon off the bench, and she's finding her stroke from downtown this game. Took her a while to get that going, but when you're hot, you're hot.
Laurier started the third quarter down by 13, so slowly trying to climb their way back into this game.
Players all over the place underneath the Western Mustangs, underneath the Laurier Golden Sox basket. After a bit of a fight on the floor, Laurier will get the ball back. Golden Hawks. It's Shank down low, backing in against Walensky. Shank a little bit off balance, kind of out of control. And the Mustangs will have the ball back. Shank's one of those players that she's not afraid to really attack. and punch the seams of any defense. And she keeps showing that possession after possession, but it can be dangerous as she can get out of control, and the Western Mustangs have shown that they're high court IQ, already drawing 2 offensive fouls this game. Turnover committed by the Stangs, and the Golden Hawks back on the break. A fake from Shank. Shank, all sorts of space, and slashing in the lane there is Katrina Shank, and all of a sudden we got an 8-point game. Laurier Golden Hawks really cutting into this lead.
Laurier.
So on that note, it's 45-37 Mustangs. We'll be back for the remainder of the third and fourth quarter. Don't go anywhere, only on Mustangs TV.
Welcome to Golden Hawk Lake. Is this the new Toyota Highlander? Yep. Must feel like your own little world in here. I guess. Does this world of yours have a name? No. Ever look at the stars through your moonroof? I have. Ever wish upon them? No. Backup camera, like having eyes in the back of your head? A little. 1 or 2 eyes? It has a V6 engine, right? Yes, sir. Is it powerful? Definitely. Do you think I'm powerful? Possibly.
The all-new Toyota Highlander. One look, and you'll want to know more.
Back at Alumni Hall, Laurier Golden Hawks. They are hitting their groove in the last few minutes of this third quarter. 5 minutes to go. Western Mustangs up 13 coming into this half. Laurier has brought that lead down to 8 points after Brian Chang just called a timeout. Brian Chang having another great coaching year for the Western Mustangs. Currently on a 6-game win streak. He's had some great years here. Just a great overall coach is Chang.
He joined the Stangs back during the 2011-2012 season after being with the University of Victoria Vikes for the past 10 seasons.
And a foul drawn there. So Puklich will go to the line. Puklich been one of those players that has really developed under the coaching of Brian Chang. You mentioned that Brian Chang, he's been to the CIS championships before, and he was named the CIS Coach of the Year in 2010. What he's done with this team is remarkable in my mind. Only really 1 year last season that the Mustangs were a bit subpar, below 500, as they saw a graduation of 3 or 4 key players, but they've been able to take what they've had in their youth and really develop Caroline Walensky, Maddie Horst, Mackenzie Puklich to come into this season. And now, aside from Caroline Walensky, you have a very young core on this Western Mustangs team. They're already one of the best teams in the conference this year, and right now with a 47-37 lead, Brian Chang has got a great team to work with. Morrison driving on the right side. Shot up and good from Courtney Bruce. Courtney Bruce, she had a bit of a quiet first half, but she's really turning it on here in the second. 47-39 is the score. Here's Caroline Walensky. Maddie Horst. She wanted to go there. Not enough space, so back to Walensky at the top. Horst. McLeod. McLeod driving. Oh, it's Laura Graham. Laura Graham driving. Unsuccessful. Horst. Walensky. Walensky calls out a play. And players will come to the top for her. Julia Curran intended for that pass. Curran falling over. Unfortunate for the Mustangs as Curran had a lot of space if she was able to corral that ball. Here's Bruce. Bruce, 3-point stance. Cutting, driving. Laurier Golden Hawks have found a way on that baseline to get to the basket this quarter.
Really trying to cut into this Mustangs lead right now. They're playing very tough defense, not giving Western a lot of chances, and they've also been effective in the paint, dropping some 2-pointers in close.
Caroline Walensky, that ball just rolls out on her, and the Laurier Golden Hawks really have momentum in their favor right now. It's Morrison. Morrison, what a tremendous play there to get around Mustangs defenders. The ball is off, and we have a Laurier Golden Hawk on the ground right now in some discomfort. Sarah Dillon, she went down to onto the ground hard on that last play, and she is uncomfortable getting up. Play finally comes to a stop. All players quickly went the other way as the ball turned over, and we hope Sarah Dillon's okay. A key part of this Laurier Golden Hawks team. So the Golden Hawks will have Shank look to come back into the game, but if you're the Golden Hawks, you've got to hope that Dillon gets better soon. Head coach Paul Falco likes what he sees from the Golden Hawks in these last few minutes, but Dillon, she's been right in there, and she's really contributed to that run that these Golden Hawks have been on. Who's going to step up here for the Hawks?
Mustang foul number 7, Julia Curran, her first personal, 4th team foul. Victoria Hine checking in.
Julia Curran, she'll take a bit of a break after committing that foul. Victoria Hine checks back into the Western Mustangs. Here's Morrison. Morrison driving all the room in the world to work with as she gets by Caroline Walensky, but her shot is off. Maddie Horst. Victoria Hine. Puklich. Mackenzie Puklich has the bench on their feet. She already had one 3-point play in the first quarter, and that got the Mustangs rolling.
A big play for Western there. Laurier definitely building up some momentum in this third quarter, and Western needs to try and stop that, and a 3-point play here definitely has the potential to do that.
As Mackenzie Puklich gets set at the line, Brian Chang has a word with his captain, Walensky. She's got to calm down her younger teammates. They've seen what Laurier can do, but the game is far from over yet. Golden Hawks. It's Shank. Morrison. Morrison pulls up for a jump shot. Money. How about the play of her in the second half? Nicole Morrison.
Morrison leading
She's got
this
double
team.
digits.
Morrison leading this team this year. She had 10 points in that first half and looking to build off of that and try and claw back into this game.
Meredith McLeod driving, not able to make the most of that shot. It's Graham. Graham down low to Victoria Hine. Victoria Hine just short on that, but look who it is. It's Mackenzie Puklich. Puklich. She has got the Mustangs their last couple buckets. But the Golden Hawks, they're not going anywhere. As Heather Payne continues to light up the scoreboard for the Golden Hawks. Walensky cutting down to Victoria Hine. Hine. And it's Laura Graham, the rookie. Knocked down a very big 3-pointer on the game for her. Graham, that's her second 3 of the game. She only averages just over 3 points per game in the season. She's already got 6 today.
One of the strongest points of Western game this year has been their 3-point shooting. They lead the OUA in 3-point percentage this year.
And Mackenzie Puklich, she's on a roll right now. She's in the last 6 points for the Mustangs. And she's helping the Mustangs, again, distance themselves from their competition. Mustangs switch to a zone defense here. They're in a 2-3 zone. Morrison, shot clock winding down. 3-pointer up, and that's good for Amanda Milanis. It's a 57-48 game now. Mustangs, how will they respond? They'll go to Mackenzie Puklich. Puklich, she has some space, won't fire. Laura Graham, and she will get a 3. She will go to the line for 3 shots. at the buzzer as the third quarter comes to a close. Laura Graham will go to the line for 3 shots. Graham, great court awareness to just get that ball off in time with the shot clock winding down, and then to go to the line for three shots. This is one of the bigger performances of the year for her.
That was a great heads-up play by Graham to try and get that shot off before the buzzer went.
It's her third shot. That was a 3-point attempt, and she is just off on that last shot. But still, 2 big free throws knocked down by Laura Graham, and that will make it 59-48 going here into the fourth quarter.
Mustangs have to be happy to get back that 2-figure lead, up by 11 now heading into this last quarter.
We'll be right back with the start of the fourth quarter on Mustangs TV.
Every day you go new places. A small change in how you do things, or moving your things to a whole new town, or many things to many towns, all at once. No matter how small the move, it can be a big leap from where you are now. You've got it in you to go new places. So do we. We go there every day. We're here to help you move to places on the map, in the mind, in the heart, or all three.
Go new places with AMJ Campbell. Contact us at 888-AMJ-MOVE or amjcampbell.com.
We're back at Alumni Hall for the start of the fourth quarter with the Western Mustangs Laurier Golden Hawks 59-48 point lead for the Western Mustangs. We want to remind viewers about the bookstore at Western. It's a wonderful bookstore. We got great Western apparel, bleeding with purple. We got an awesome selection of books, and right now, if you're an alumni watching this game, don't forget, if you have a Western alumni card, you can still receive a 15% discount on all regular price merchandise. So make sure to swing by the bookstore, check out the latest Western gear, and support your Mustangs. Purple and proud. Caroline Walensky will start off the Western Mustangs, and Mackenzie Puklich, she's finished off that third quarter on such a roll. Don't be surprised if the Mustangs look to get her the ball a lot in this fourth quarter.
And what a game she's having, 25 points. Through 3 quarters. She's perfect from the free throw line, 6 for 6, and 9 for 13 in field goals. So she's been leading this Mustangs team through 3 quarters.
She's been her welcome back has been nothing less than excellent from the third-year guard from London. Shot clock winding down. Morrison for 3, off. And look who it is, Mackenzie Puklich. She's got numbers. She's got Horst on her left. She'll slow things down, wait for her team to get set up. And Caroline Walensky will regain possession at the top of the key. Maddie Horst looking to get open. Horst thinks about it. Back to Walensky. Horst has an open hind. She'll instead go to Puklich. The hot hand for the Mustangs. Air ball thrown up. And the ball goes off of Heather Payne. Mustangs will regain possession again. 4 seconds to go on the shot clock. Katrina, look for a quick shot to get off here for the Mustangs. Ooh. And that one was deflected by Caitlin Shank. Shank, excellent defense there. They tell you from a young age, Katrina, you keep your hands going back and forth on the end zone anytime a player is trying to get the ball in bounds, and that just shows there. You got to keep your hands moving on defense. And like what just happened there, Maddie Horst is caught off guard. Turnover for the Golden Hawks. Morrison driving into the key. thinks about it, takes up a jump shot. So much poise from the veteran guard for the Hawks.
She never seems to lose her cool, adding on to her 14 points that she's had through 3 quarters.
Victoria Hine back to the basket, goes in a little bit, and tries to force that pass in there down into the key to Mackenzie Puklich, but it's unsuccessful. So Julia Curran comes back into the game to relieve Victoria Hine. Right now the Western Mustangs have Maddie Horst, Mackenzie Puklich, Meredith McLeod, who just missed that three-pointer, Julia Curran on the floor for the Mustangs.
Curran, an extremely well-rounded player, both offensively and defensively. In this game so far, she has 8 points and 7 rebounds.
Heather Payne. She's got double digits this game. 7-point game. Curran. Puklich closely defended by Morrison. McLeod, Maddie Horst, she hasn't been firing up as many shots as of recently in this game. Turnover back in the hands of Morrison. Morrison looks for a goal not to get open. She's got Shank cutting in. Shank. Lots of confidence there, but look who it is. It's Caroline Walensky. Another steal from her. As I mentioned towards the beginning of the game, she had 7 steals the last time these two teams played. And she's always has quick hands on defense.
A leader on this team. 14.3 points per game, and she's in her 5th year of eligibility, and she continues to put on a strong performance this game.
Bulldogs with the score. Western 59, Laurier 52. Domino's Pizza is a proud sponsor of Western
59-52 is the score in this 4th quarter.
Your pizza is one click away at Domino's.
And the Western Mustangs, we will have lots of basketball for you in the upcoming weeks here, as we have Nipissing and Laurentian coming to town next weekend on Friday and Saturday. We'll have both of those games covered for you. It's a Friday night start at 6 p.m. and Laurentian is another 6 p.m. start for the women. Some big games. Laurier beat both of those teams, and Western will have them in town. And if they can win tonight, they have a good opportunity to potentially go on a 9-game win streak.
That would be huge for them to stay on top of the West Division standings. Windsor within striking distance, just sitting 2 points behind. So if they can pick up a win today and 2 wins next week, that is going to be huge for this Western Mustangs team.
So Caroline Walensky will handle the reins at the top for the Stangs to start the 4th quarter with 7 minutes and 11 seconds to go. Mackenzie Puklich, relentless in the paint.
Getting her own rebound there and putting it back up for 2 points. She is having an incredible game.
McLeod able to grab that rebound, but unaware of the defender of the Golden Hawk player who deflects that ball out of bounds. Fortunately, the Mustangs are able to get the ball back. We will keep an eye on Mackenzie Puklich. She could be on her way for a career high tonight. Shot clock winding down. Meredith McLeod driving baseline. Walensky has to get it off. Quick trigger on her. And that ball just off. Great attempt. That was close to an NBA three-pointer. But look at that rebound by Julia Curran. And it's Puklich driving. She's had lots of success when she's gotten in the paint. That ball just trickles out. Maddie Horst, though. And she's unable to get that one to go as well. Mustangs couldn't buy a basket on that possession. Foul called, a hand check on Maddie Horst. Both teams controlling themselves pretty well this game. There really haven't been that many fouls committed.
Both teams playing with a lot of composure, being able to keep the fouls at bay.
Shot is up and off late into the shot clock there for the Golden Hawks. Unable to try to trim this lead down. Mustangs up 61-52 at the moment.
Neither team's having a lot of luck around the basket this past minute and a half.
You're right, they've just been rimming it out. And Julia Curran, how about the range she has in her game? Great looking jump shot from her. 63-52 Stangs. Foul called on Shank. Caitlin Shank, she was the OUA Women's Basketball West Division All-Rookie Team member. She was also the Rookie of the Year on the Wilfrid Laurier team itself. As we will, right after Julia Curran knocked down that sweet-looking jump shot, she'll take a bit of a breather, and Victoria Hine will come back in the court. Mustangs having a bit of trouble on those inbound plays. Turnover, and the Golden Hawks have the ball back. And that is a bit of an awkward looking shot inside there, trying to do what she could. But Maddie Horst, great control there. So agile to move from to the left to the right side and get that basket up around the defender.
She had that tiny little stutter step to deke out the defenseman and cut inside and hit that layup.
Well, we got a great fourth quarter ahead. We'll go to a quick commercial. Don't go anywhere, only on Mustangs TV. Welcome back to Alumni Hall. We have just under 5 minutes to go in this game. The Western Mustangs, they've had about a 10-point lead for most of the game, but the Laurier Golden Hawks, they haven't been going anywhere. They've cut this lead down to as low as 7 points in this game, and
that's not surprising when you look at these two teams on paper. Western averaging 71.6 points per game, while Laurier not far behind, 68.9. So on paper, this is a very, very close and even offensive matchup.
Maddie Horst. McLeod in the corner. She gets a fake. McLeod. Puklich up top. She triggers that one. It's off. Rebounded by Victoria Hine. That's why she's back on the floor. A great rebounder for the Mustangs. Laurier will remain in a zone defense here, trying to get the Mustangs to shoot from the distance. Walensky, that one is up and off. Rebounded again by Victoria Hine. The ball comes into the hands of Maddie Horst. It's Hine. All that hard work pays off for her. One rebound, and then one rebound that comes to Maddie Horst, and she gets the ball end up in her hand.
And Western's rebounding has definitely stood out in this game. Through 3 quarters, they have out-rebounded the Hawks 33-22, so quite a large margin there.
That's right, and we'll see how the Laurier Golden Hawks, they've been pretty successful in their inbound plays. crossover attempt by Morrison. Didn't really get her too far, but she'll get the ball back here. Good defense by Curran. Puklich, it's a bit of a 1-on-3. She decides it's in her best interest to slow things down for the Mustangs. Walensky, back to Horst at the top of the three-point line. Puklich, for three, she got it. Mackenzie Puklich, she is having a game, an absolute game. But Sarah Dillon, after taking a hard foul in the last quarter, she's back on the court for the Stangs, and we got 70-56 for the Mustangs right now. And after dropping that three-pointer, Mackenzie Puklich, she's got 30 points for the Western Mustangs. Puklich, she has had an unbelievable game, and it's far from over. 2 minutes, 55 seconds to go. Shot clock winding down. It's Puklich driving on the right side. McLeod for three, off. Rebounded by the Golden Hawks. Melanis gets that ball into Shank. Shank able to draw the foul and trying to cut down this lead. The Western Mustangs up by 14 right now. And Shank will go to the line for two. These are big free throws. The game slipping away for the Golden Hawks, but if they have any luck of clawing their way back in the game, it will come down to free throws. That one is off. 70-57 Stangs. Walensky. Patient, Laura Graham. She's had a great game today. 8 points for the rookie. Walensky, shot clock winding down. Graham driving. Drops down into Curran. What a great play there. Great patience executed by the Mustangs to find the open player in the paint.
Western did a very good job on that play, slowing the play down and then able to get that shot off right before the shot clock went off.
And a hard fall there by Laura Dillon. Sarah Dillon. Sarah Dillon, she's really had a great game today. And another one of those players the Mustangs have got in their system. She's a rookie right now. And you got to like her going forward. As I apologize, that's Laura Graham. Laura Graham, who's going forward for the Mustangs. Sarah Dillon is the Laurier Golden Hawks stud who just dropped those two free throws. So it's Laura Graham, number 8 for the Western Mustangs, who took that hard fall there, and Sarah Dillon, number 23 for the Laurier Golden Hawks, who's had a great game for her. So Maddie Horst will inbound the ball there. Not looking is Dillon as Walensky tries to get the ball off. Julia Curran. Puklich. It's Laura Graham. Shot clock winding down. Maddie Horst at the top of the three-point line. And Mackenzie Puklich, she will go to the line for two.
And
Puklich looking to inflate her stats.
And kudos to Curran for keeping that ball in Mustang's possession, getting 2 of her own rebounds there, and then leading to this free throw.
And she is good on both of those shots. 32 points on the game, and that will do it for Mackenzie Puklich. And the crowd shows their appreciation. A well-deserved applause for her, as she will likely have a seat now. And it's 74-60 And we will go to a quick commercial break, and we will be back for the final minute of basketball in this women's game at Alumni Hall. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome to Golden Hawk Lake. Is this the new Toyota Highlander? Yep. Must feel like your own little world in here. I guess. Does this world of yours have a name? No. Ever look at the stars through your moonroof? I have. Ever wish upon them? No. Backup camera, like having eyes in the back of your head? A little. 1 or 2 eyes? It has a V6 engine, right? Yes, sir. Is it powerful? Definitely. Do you think I'm powerful? Possibly.
The all-new Toyota Highlander. One look, and you'll want to know more.
Welcome back for the final 1 minute and 28 seconds of women's basketball at Alumni Hall. Western Mustangs 74, Laurier Golden Hawks 60. Katrina, it's been a pretty good basketball game this afternoon. Both teams have shown brilliance, but the Western Mustangs, they've stood out, and a lot of that has been to do with the play of Mackenzie Puklich.
She has had an incredible game for the Mustangs. She had 25 points through the first 3 quarters, built on that during the fourth, and she is a big reason why this team is up by 14 right now.
And Puklich will has a seat right now for the remainder of the game, and the Western Mustangs will have an opportunity to show off their conservation towards the end of this game. Shot clock winding down. It's Curran. She's lanky and can get shots off in a hurry. That one does not hit rim. It's a shot clock violation. Laurier will take the ball on their end line. The men's team looking on from in the Western Tunnel. They've got a big game ahead for them against the Laurier Golden Hawks. The men are coming off a big victory against Waterloo, 65-46 win there. Always a great time. Those two teams go up against each other as well. Make sure to stick around for that game. Meanwhile, Western, Laurier, 38 seconds to go. Laurier, shot clock winding down. It's Dillon. Shot goes off the side of the backboard. Mustangs can hold on to possession here for a lot of the rest of the time left in the game. McLeod to Walensky. A lot of competent ball handlers on the floor right now for the Mustangs. You've got McLeod. Horst. Oh, that wasn't Horst. That was Jamie Muir. Jamie Muir off the bench for a big three-pointer. 77-60. Cold off the bench and hot on the floor. That's your final score, 77-60 at Alumni Hall. Led by the 32-point effort of Mackenzie Puklich. Takes the game off, and she showed the Western Mustangs in a big way that she is one of the best players in the OUA. And the Western Mustangs, 7-game win streak after this game. Katrina Squason, final thoughts on the game from Alumni Hall.
Just what a game for Western. Great shooting, great rebounding, and continuing to ride that win streak, moving up to 7 points. 10 wins for the season now. And a great offensive and defensive effort by Western this afternoon.
Well, that'll do it for this one. We will have the start of the tip-off of the men's game starting at 3 o'clock with a special honorarium of head coach Pete Campbell for the Laurier Golden Hawks. We'll be back on Mustangs TV starting at 3 o'clock. See you then.